Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Main Event Interviews. My name, of course, is Main Event, and today we are visiting with... Go ahead and tell me what your actual Steemit name is.
My Steemit name is DBZ Fan for a while.
DBZ Fan for a while. Somebody that's certainly well known in the PAL Discord chat, and frequent... you listen to the radio station quite a bit, too, it seemed like.
Yeah, I go back and forth a lot.
Yeah, DBZ Fan for a while, and JJ, you said you like to be called, right?
Yep. My friends call me JJ, so anybody can call me JJ if they want.
Well, that's good, because it seems like your Discord name changes quite frequently, it seems.
Yep. I like to have fun with it.
So I'm curious, what inspires you to do that? Do you change it every day, or do you change it just on the fly?
I just change it on the fly whenever I feel the mood hit me.
That's pretty awesome. So, how long have you been on Steemit?
I started in late May.
Late May, same with me. I can't remember. I think I was like maybe the middle of May, something like that. But definitely,
I think mine was like the 20th.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people joined in May, huh?
Seems like it.
Like a lot of the people we've been talking to on the show all seem like they joined in May. What brought you to Steemit? I'm curious, like, how did you find out about it, or what brought you over to the platform?
I don't recall offhand, but I got into a little bit of crypto, so I was just researching that, and I found some videos, and the guy that was doing the videos was on Steemit, and he was all about Steemit, so I joined, and then he decided he didn't like it, so he left.
So you joined, and then the person you kind of followed over here, you said they left the platform?
Yeah, he got upset with the small return on investment.
Oh, I see. So when I first came over, it was like, whoa, this is pretty weird. It's kind of like a mixture of like a regular social media, but yet it's like a blogging site you get paid for. What was your first impression of Steemit when you first came over?
I was confused. I saw it as the blogging platform, and I knew that I could make a little bit of money, so I was like, well, I'm a writer. I like to write, so I'll give it a try.
Okay, so you said you're a writer. Had you done blogging prior to Steemit, or was this your first experience with blogging?
With blogging, this is my first real experience.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I personally didn't blog either, so it's all new for me, and all of it really is. What are the types of things you like to write about? Do you do, like, what formats of writing, or what are the things you enjoy to write about?
In the past, usually I wrote, like, fantasy, but then I moved into steampunk with the novel that I was writing, so I've been doing a lot of that, and then since I've joined Steemit, with the contests and stuff going on, I just decided to kind of expand, and I've been doing a lot of the fairy tale and fable flipping lately.
Okay, cool, because that's a category of Steemit that I personally haven't ventured much into, is all of those things. So do you want to talk about maybe any of the things that the contests you enter sometimes, or the categories that you write into on Steemit?
Just anything and everything that I've seen that piques my interest. I mean, I don't really write a whole lot. I spend most of my time in Discord.
Yeah, I notice a lot of people are doing that now lately. They all say they were on Steemit and posting stuff, and then once they found Discord, they stopped writing on Steemit.
I wasn't making a huge ton of money, so I was like, well, and I heard about the minnow booster and the minnow sport group and everything, so I was like, well, I'm going to go over there and check it out. I had done a little bit on Discord with another game that I used to play, so I was kind of familiar with the platform. So I was kind of like, "Ooh, hey, Discord! I'll go on Discord, get to know some people. Maybe I can network, and maybe I'll expand my earnings."
Absolutely, and I know for me personally, joining the PAL network was a blessing, and I've met a lot of great people through there, and seem to have made some pretty cool online friendships and everything. And would you say that your overall experience discovering the PAL network has been a good thing?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's a lot of people on here that have diverse but shared interests, which is really cool.
And they're people from all over the globe, too, which I find very fascinating. Where in the world are you, actually? I didn't ask you that question.
I'm actually in southern Indiana, right next to the Illinois border.
All right, cool. So another person from the USA. We've had mostly people from the USA so far on the show, but we have ventured to about, I believe, 5 or 6 countries so far. So, yep, good old USA. And so let's see. I'm just going to check out your Steemit page here. I just happened to load it. So you've been on the platform since May. Are there any Steemit users out there that maybe helped you in your early stages that you want to give a shout out to, or do you want to talk about any of your early experiences with Steemit?
I really don't know. I really don't remember a whole lot about my early days. Obviously, I was following Aggro for a while, so some of his posts led me here. And basically, I'd like to give a shout out to the whole PAL network here in Discord.
Absolutely. I'm sure they're going to be listening along and they'll be in the chat, and so definitely shout out and say hello to JJ, everybody. What are the others besides writing? Do you do any other kinds of things on Steemit?
I haven't yet started a whole lot, but I've submitted some of my artwork there, so that was pretty cool. What I'd love to do is actually start a platform for like video gaming and stuff, and actually have a Steemit platform.
So talk about that a little bit. So you said it would be something video game related?
That's what I'm thinking. Something like gaming, just a way to bring more people on. I don't really know a whole lot of the behind the scenes for the programming and everything, but I've done. I am a programmer by profession, so it's something I'm sure I could learn to do.
Have you ever looked into being, like doing any of the technical stuff with the blockchain at all, or is that anything you'd ever be interested in?
I might at some point. I still don't know what language is used or anything like that, so I'm really new on everything that to do with blockchain itself.
I am too, and it's fascinating stuff, really, and I do agree and think that it's probably going to change the world eventually once it's really implemented everywhere. It's quite fascinating. Do you think that Steemit is going to stick around for the long term, or do you think it's just a splash in the pan?
I would have said earlier probably that it's just kind of a splash, but the longer I'm here, the more I realize that people just want to stay on it. I mean, it's not so much just the making money. It's the friendships that you develop, and it's the networking that you get outside of Steemit from the platform itself.
Definitely. I know when I joined, there's been nothing that's come into my life in the last few years anyway that's motivated me as much as Steemit. Like, I don't know if it's done the same for you as far as just, I'm reaching out to more people every day to talk to them and working on posts, and I'm getting more into like my photography hobby and things like that because of Steemit. Are you experiencing anything like that?
Oh, definitely. I don't think I would have explored half of the writing potential that I have without it.
So you're saying that Steemit is helping your creativity then?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's certainly what's happening to me as well. Go ahead. Yep.
I was going to say that without it, I wouldn't have tried flipping fairy tales on their heads and all that stuff. It's been really fun doing that.
Okay, so tell us about that. Didn't you do a post not that long ago about that?
Yeah, so far I've done 2. I did the Little Red Riding Hood, which Astaria was so kind to read on the air. That was really cool. And I think I just matured out with the Three Little Pigs flip. So
yeah, I did listen to the show when she played that on the air. That was awesome. What was the other one that you've done?
The Three Little Pigs. I basically made the superhero as the wolf. So he's going to fight the villainous pigs.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm looking back here. Yeah, that's really interesting how you're doing that and just taking it from a different angle. I find that really fascinating. Was there something that gave you that idea, or is that just something that kind of came to you one day?
I want to say it was a contest. I was like, what can I do? Because there was a contest going on. I was like, I got tired of seeing all of the cardboard storylines. So I wrote that one and delved a little bit more deeply into the relationship of the evil stepmother and kind of made it more human.
That's really fascinating. I think that's a really cool idea. I find that really, really interesting because it seems like the entertainment world nowadays, all they're doing is just remaking everything, you know? So I like that concept better, taking it from maybe a different character's perspective or something like that. That's really cool.
Thank you.
Let's see here. So yeah, that's exactly the type of stuff I love to talk about on the show is just people's interests and what's happening with you on Steemit. You know how it's like we were talking about. It's increasing everybody's creativity, I think, and I know a lot of people are losing sleep over it though. Have you lost sleep because of Steemit? That's the question I'm going to start asking everybody.
Oh yeah, I have definitely. Like just today, I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning. I was like, okay, I'm up. Discord's here.
Yeah, I notice everybody seems like they're getting significantly less sleep every day now because of Steemit.
I think I might need a doctor's for it.
We'll have to come up with a good name for it. The lack of sleep due to Steemit.
Steemit apnea.
Yeah. So there must be a few Steemit users specifically that you might want to mention. I'm sure that people you might interact with all the time, or people that you really like their content, or anything like that. Is there anyone you wanted to mention on the show?
Sure. I love reading Samo's content.
So that's Samo, right?
Yep. Yep. And of course, you can't get around Moradine and Negativer. They're awesome.
You said Moradine and who was the other one?
Negativer.
Oh, yes. Yep.
Max Fair. Astaria is awesome. I always enjoy Tremendous Percy's content that I've read. It's really informative and deep. Really long, too, usually. And, of course, I can't get around not giving a shout-out to Cubby and her awesomeness.
And I'm sure there's, I was going to say, there's probably a ton of them out there that you could think of, and I'm sure, you'll probably look back and go, oh, I should have mentioned somebody. But yeah, I just wanted to see if there was anybody you want to give a shout out to. I'm sure most of them will be probably listening to the show also, so that's cool to give them a shout out. Would you say that the Minnow Support Project is the biggest thing that's helped you on Steemit?
By far. The first few weeks or so, I was making 2 cents. The occasional 20 cents. Since I got here, though, it's just ramped up the votes that I've gotten. I've had a couple, 200 or 300 plus posts. So that was pretty cool. Most of which I've donated the profits back to people, so that's pretty cool too. But yeah, without the Minnow Support group, I think I'd still be making 20 cents a post.
It's been the biggest thing as far as networking for me on Steemit. Like, I've made so many more personal online, I don't know what the right wording would be there, but just relationships online with people where we talk back and forth and everything through that group pretty much more than any other.
Well, and the thing is, it's all value added too. So you're not just getting follow for follow. It's not just people saying, I kind of like that story, I'm just going to follow you. It's people that are actually vested in making you a better person, making your content better.
Definitely. People aren't afraid to speak their mind, that's for sure.
Yep. Got to give some good criticism.
Constructive criticism, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of that, what are some things that you're hoping maybe will get improved with Steemit as time goes on?
I think we're on a pretty good path. I mean, it's just expanding on some of the stuff that's already here, and obviously bringing more mods on is going to kind of loosen up some of the pressure, so we'll probably have some really cool stuff coming out, new projects and everything.
Is there anything specific you'd like to talk about on the show or anything? Any upcoming projects you have coming up, or any stories you're planning on writing that we could watch for, in the next coming weeks or so?
Sure. I'm actually in the middle of rewriting my wife's dream into a story. So that should be coming out in the next couple days.
You said it's a story about your wife's dream, huh?
It is.
That's interesting.
She had a dream where her sister basically left her when they were going into a haunted tour circus, and she got abducted.
Well, that'll be an interesting post once you get that written. That'll
Yeah.
be so. Yeah, so that's not a very fun dream to have. No, but what is the other things you're going to be working on?
So I got Paul Bunyan. I'm going to turn him up on his head and put Babe the Blue Ox on top. I'm in the middle of my second book, so hopefully I'll get that done in the next few months. Probably start throwing that at certain people to take a look at.
Very cool. You said you're writing a second book.
Yep, it's a sequel to my first.
What was I'm not familiar with your first book. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Sure. Ajax Tarnished is the first book. And it's basically about this guy that lives in a city, has a wife and family, he's a worker at a foundry, loses his job, and then a virus starts sweeping through, takes away parts of him, and then it gets even worse, and I don't want to give any spoilers to people, so...
Right, yeah, oh yeah, I understand.
Brace for impact.
And what was the name of it again?
Ajax Tarnished. It's actually the name I have on my Steemit page.
Oh, okay, very cool. Yep, okay, I
Little
see that now.
self-plug.
Why not, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I see that now. Cool. So you're an accomplished author, and you're bringing that talent over to Steemit. I think that's really awesome. Hopefully, more people will follow your lead in the writing world. I see lots of people doing like writing contests and everything now, so it seems like that's definitely a thriving category on Steemit.
I think it helps to have the financial rewards at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helps incentivize people to try a little harder, of course. And there's nothing really wrong with that, I don't think.
Oh no, that's why you have a job.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep, that's you hit it. Yep. Absolutely. Were there any other things you have planned coming up as far as things that might make it onto Steemit or projects that you want to mention or anything?
I really don't have a whole lot planned.
Well, that's quite a bit.
I'm not a planning type.
You already said you're writing a book and you're doing all this other stuff, so you never know. That's a lot of stuff. So
yeah.
That sure keeps you busy.
On top of my job, man. I write software for shipping companies. So it's like I have clients.
I totally understand. I have like 3 jobs outside of Steemit, so I'm pretty much working in all the time. Doing this show is just like super overtime above and beyond everything else I do. But I do it because it's fun. So.
And everybody here appreciates it too. I mean, they go on and on about the whole MSP wave, the whole staff of the mods, and it's awesome.
It's brought everybody kind of together, which I like. I noticed when I first jumped on, I mean, everybody was friends and everything, but the radio station has really brought everybody in together even more, I've noticed.
I would completely agree. Without it, I think it would kind of just be little clicks here and there all over the place.
Yeah.
But with the different shows, you at least have the opportunity to listen to somebody just talk on something and say, well, if I like it, I'll like it. If I don't, I don't. And then most of the time, the shows are really good, so you just stick around.
Well, I know all the MSP Waves DJs appreciate it. They're doing a lot of hard work to make their shows interesting and entertaining and to make them sound good and everything. So I know they appreciate that. We'll get you on a show sometime beyond this one.
I do want to give a shout out to my wife, who is actually on the platform as well, and she's in Discord every once in a while. So if she listens to the show,
do you want to mention her name?
Yep, her screen name is Mira Image. Most of the people in here have kind of taken to her, probably more than me, but it's okay. She's awesome.
So it's Mirror Image, you said, right?
Mira Image.
Oh,
yep.
Mira Image. Okay. Yep. Cool. Awesome. That's really awesome that you guys are on there together. I think that's a huge thing because Steemit certainly and Discord and everything takes up a lot of your personal time. So it's good that you guys are both cool with it.
Yeah, we're usually like 3 feet apart.
It's amazing.
I'll make a comment and just look over at her. I'll wait for a response.
It's funny it's amazing where our world's headed with all the technology and everything. It's crazy. But I think that's really cool.
Well, what's funny is we actually met in a chat room. So
Oh,
this is old hat for us.
right. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Is she also on Steemit?
She is. She
Okay.
started just a couple weeks ago, but she's starting to pick up, I think.
Do you want
That's,
to spell out that username because it's slightly different than what I would have pronounced it. So how do you spell that out?
MIRAIMAG.
Okay, cool. Very cool. So DBZ fan for a while and Mira Image. Well, maybe we can get her on the show sometime as well.
I think that'd be a hoot.
See what she thinks of the whole Steemit experience. I'd like to get somebody on the show sometime where it's like they're just right getting on the platform, like they've only been on a week or something, and they'll be like, "What the heck is all this?" It would be fun.
Terrible, I think.
It would be fun because they wouldn't. We could help them. We could open all the doors for them, basically, right at the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. So you'd have somebody that's like, I'm only getting 1 cent from my stuff. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Like,
if anybody's listening out there and you're struggling on Steemit, we're certainly not making fun of you or anything like that, but we want to help. And yeah, oh yeah, we've all been there. My posts sometimes still only make $1 or something, and I'm not upset about it. It's okay. I'm doing it because I like it, so. Yeah, but if anybody is out there listening and maybe you're struggling on Steemit or anything, groups like the PAL Network and many others on Discord, there's lots of them now. They're all there to help you, and so certainly reach out to them and ask questions, and there's lots of us out here who would be happy to help you.
Yep. Most of us are only a private message away.
And that doesn't mean send me your links or any of that.
I agree.
If you have a legit question, or if you would like to take a little bit of time to learn the platform, I don't mind if somebody was to ask me if they said, "Hey, I really just don't understand how upvoting works," or "I just really don't understand this or that." I would certainly answer that question, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I've answered it before, many times already. So that's kind of old hat too.
Do you personally know people on Steemit other than your wife, or do you guys do you have other friends that are on the platform too?
I've tried to get people to join, but I'm not a very convincing.
It's hard
I can't even get people to review my my book on Amazon. So.
It's interesting because I don't think every single person on the planet will be on Steemit or anything like that. I think it's going to be a lot of the people who are creating anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a niche, I think, more than it's going to be pretty widespread. But I don't even know if it'll get bigger than Facebook because Facebook's been around for so long. But I think it'll be up there.
I hope so. I really love the platform. I love what it is and how it works, and it's only going to be able to get better from here as far as updates and everything like that. So. It's only really up from here with all of it, and I really hope it sticks around, and we're kind of like the early innovators, basically.
Oh, yeah. And it's just such a unique concept to have it attached to the blockchain like that. It gives it so much more security than so many other things.
And the rewards are a big deal. I mean, it's sparking creativity, and it's encouraging people to try harder, and I think that's wonderful.
You know what I kind of think of it as? I kind of think of it as my new 401k plan. So I can just post in here, get the upload, store the Steam, and then when it gets really big, I can cash out later in life and have a little nest egg.
That's a really interesting concept. And the more I think about it, that totally makes sense. Because I'm in it for the long haul too. I certainly have no need or desire to just cash out what I have now for the little bit I would get for it. I'm just going to sit on it and watch it grow. And yeah, that would be amazing if, 10 years from now or so, like if the price is up there, hey, be a nice little nest egg, like you said.
Yeah, could you imagine if it hit like BTC right now?
I don't know. I don't see it doing that. I really don't see it going to those kind of levels, but I could be wrong. I'm no expert by any means. I'm certainly not a financial expert. But even like I mean, it hovers around $1 right now. I'm okay with that, to be honest. The amount that I get now for posts and rewards and all that stuff, I wouldn't be upset if it just kind of stayed there. And yeah, I mean,
I'd be fine with that because anything is better than nothing.
exactly, and I'm satisfied with what I get for my efforts or whatever right now, as far as time and everything like that. So if it stayed between like $1 and $2, I'd be totally fine with that. And if it goes above and beyond that, well, awesome,
Yeah, it's just icing on the cake at that point.
Yeah. I see people freaking out when they see, oh, it's going to go to 90 cents or whatever, and it's like, so what? I mean, that's on the other platforms, and you're not going to get anything. You're going to get zero. If anything, they're going to charge you or something,
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I want to play this game. Here, pay $5.
Exactly. Yep. Or like on certain platforms, you got to pay to promote your stuff. Like if you actually want your stuff to be seen, you got to pay to promote it and everything. And I mean, you can do that.
It makes it really difficult to make any money off of any of that.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that stuff on Steemit too. I don't know how well that works, but on those other platforms, it does work for visibility purposes. I've used it. But it's like I shouldn't have to do that. If my page already has 2,000 followers, when I post something, it should go to my 2,000 followers, not only 200 because you think I should have to pay,
Yep.
And that's what happens on other platforms. So Steemit's cool in that regard. The only thing that's I wish a little better is just how the content gets to you on the page. It would be kind of nice if there was a way to somehow categorize it a little more besides just the actual categories. Like, I don't know, just the one big continuous feed. I'm not a big fan of, but
half the time I don't even go on the more to curate because I don't want to have to slog through just a bunch of just to get to something. Or
yeah, that's certainly one thing I hope they change when they once more people get on here. I think they got to structure that whole process a little more. Just how you get the content right from the homepage or wherever. But
yeah, there's going to be too much of an influx to not do.
Yeah, there will just be posts flying by. You'll have a post in the feed for like 30 seconds, and then it'll be gone.
Maybe they'll make it like the sports ticker.
Right? That's basically what will happen.
Go on and on and on.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other topics that you wanted to talk about, or any other things you wanted to mention on the show?
I can solve a Rubik's Cube.
You can solve a Rubik's Cube. That's impressive, because I've never done that.
5 minutes.
Interesting. We might have to see this in a video sometime or something.
I'm thinking of posting one at some point.
That would be awesome. People in the audience, let us know what you think, because I think he should do it. Absolutely. So do a Steemit post and show the Rubik's Cube at the start, and then do like a video and have somebody film it for you, and put that in a post or something, or put that on YouTube. That'd be cool.
Yeah, and if anybody has any other fairy tales or fables they want to throw my way to flip upside down, let me know.
Yeah, because like I was saying before, that concept is really neat, where you're taking it from like different characters' perspectives. I think that's awesome. Well, alright, so we've been visiting with JJ today. His Steemit username is DBZFan for a while. You'll have to try to pay attention in the chat rooms on Discord to what his actual username will be that day. It's the same actual name, though, on Discord, but you like to just change your nickname or whatever often.
I think it's just funny.
I think it's funny, too. I noticed...
I was Shane one day.
Blame Shane. Then you can just blame you. I find it... I've noticed other people doing that lately, too. They've been changing their names a lot more.
Yep, I'm an influencer. What can I say?
I love Discord. Do you use Steemit.chat at all, or do you just use Discord?
I tried that like the first week, and I was completely lost. It just was foreign to me. So then I heard Discord. I was like, oh, that's my place.
Yeah, I find the user interface so much easier on Discord, but that could change. I mean, maybe they'll improve the Steemit chat eventually. We'll see. But
maybe.
Well, all right, JJ. Once again, we've been visiting with DBZ Fan for a while. You can find him on Steemit under that username, and I will post that in the show notes and in the chat. Thank you so much, JJ, for visiting with me today. It was a pleasure.
Likewise, very much.